What is going on, y'all? Psych Perspectives, giofvcks. Set your boundaries, establish them, and hold them firm. The reason why I'm talking about this, just had another situation with my mom. Give you some background. I've been in therapy and counseling for 2 years, okay? I grew up in a very abusive, toxic, dysfunctional household. Very narcissistic, people with various mental health issues and their own trauma that they never healed from and just continue to project and perpetuate to the next generation. So here I am at nearly 30, just now being able to heal 2 years into counseling, right? So I had a situation today. I've noticed the relationship that I've had with my mother has always been very one-sided, okay? She has not been a mother. It is what it is. And it's not about trying to bash or shame. It's just, it is what it is. You have never been a mother, okay? When you think about a mother, somebody loving and nurturing and supportive and dependable and caring, emotionally available, actually taking care of you financially, you know, and being there for you physically and emotionally. I didn't have that. Okay, she was in and out of my life, and I never had a father, non-existent, never met the man, never did anything with the man, so it is what it is. So that's where I'm coming from. That's a little bit of my background. My grandparents raised me, which, again, that wasn't good either because they were also extremely toxic and abusive. You know, I talk about this all the time on my channel when I'm talking about narcissistic abuse and how you can have, you know, people in my household, people really thought that, oh, well, because we're able to provide for you financially, that's enough. In the meantime, child molestation, mental and emotional abuse nonstop, constant neglect, just out of whack mess that I saw, endured, and went through that I had no business seeing and enduring. Hence why I have all of this PTSD, so many, you know, mental health diagnosis, trauma, and issues that I'm just now being able to heal from and that I'm working on healing on, right? So triggers, right? Triggers happen. And when they happen, you have to, you know, what I've learned through therapy and counseling and self-care and doing the work, you have to know when that trigger is coming. So now I'm able to realize, okay, here go a trigger. And now it's like, no, I'm not about to. So I quickly shut it down. Every time when it comes to my mom, it's basically like, if I'm not buying her something, I'm not getting her something, I'm not, you know, buying her love, buying her affection, then all of a sudden she don't talk to you, she don't want nothing to do with you. And every time you come, she always got her hand out, which is why now for me, that's where all that people pleasing comes from. And I straight up told her today, I'm not buying you no Burger King. When I came in, you had already had McDonald's. That's your fucking problem. All you do is eat unnecessary shit, unhealthy as fuck, and you waste all your money on dumb shit, and then when it's time for you to take care of responsibilities, you don't have any money because you done blew it on dumbass shit when there's food in the fucking house. And then on top of that, I'm not your fucking piggy bank, and I'm not going to do it anymore. Again, I am done with the people pleasing, so I straight up told her that. Again, it is over with. It is 2021. I do not care. I got my own bills and responsibilities, debt that I'm paying off. Again, you have never been a mother. You have never been there for me. Ever. Okay? Again, who do I go to when I need help? My damn self. Because I don't have a daddy. I don't have a mother. Never had that privilege. So it's annoying when Mother's Day and Father's Day come up because those of us that grew up in these dysfunctional, toxic, narcissistic, emotionally unavailable, deadbeat ass parents, who are we celebrating? Who are we celebrating? Because we didn't have mothers, we didn't have fathers. And this isn't to take away from people who did, because there are good people out here that really are playing the role of mother and father, parent, guardian. They're really taking care of their children, their offspring, their loved ones. They're taking care of they're emotionally available. They're financially stable. They're there for their people. That's beautiful. And don't get me wrong, we have a lot of social issues, classism, racism, white supremacy, so many oppressive systems that create a lot of these problems. while we can all recognize that we have these oppressive systems in place, I can no longer sit up and ignore reality, right? So I have boundaries now. I'm not doing that. Again, my mental health is way more important. I'm done being used. I'm sick of that. And again, I've said this numerous times. A lot of us that come out of these households, you either become narcissistic or you become one of those toxic codependents. That was me. I'm a recovering toxic codependent. People pleaser. You don't have any boundaries because, again, your so-called parental figure, and in my case, mother, you're expecting your child to take on the responsibilities for your emotions, how you feel. We sitting up here trying to take care of them. Hence where all this people pleasing comes from. And this is very toxic because you're going to end up being if you don't heal and work on that. This is why I'm always talking about mental health, therapy, counseling, and some of us need to be on medication because there's chemical imbalances. Okay, information on how you can find a therapist will be in the description box below. But if you don't work and heal those childhood traumas, those childhood wounds, you end up looking for people who end up being just like your toxic ass family members in your platonic relationships, romantic relationships. It ends up being very toxic and detrimental. So I just wanted to say that real quick. Like, you have to set your boundaries. You have to establish your boundaries, and they need to be firm. You cannot be doing all of this, allowing people to walk all over you, and that includes family, that includes friends, that includes strangers, that includes anybody. You feel me? And a lot of us, these are the situations that we find ourselves in. So this is why I'm always speaking on it, because you have to set those boundaries, and it's just like, I just have to set that boundary. And you also have to realize, stop letting people try to make you feel bad for setting boundaries, because toxic, abusive, narcissistic people, they don't want you to have boundaries, because if you have boundaries, they're not going to be able to abuse you. Okay? They're not going to be able to abuse, manipulate, and use. So, of course, they're not going to be happy that you have a boundary, that you're finally standing up for yourself. No, I'm not going to be your fucking piggy bank. Every time you turn around, you got your damn hand out for something. It is annoying. And I am done. This is one of the reasons why, one of my pet peeves. I cannot stand needy ass people who can't never do shit on their own. And you always sitting up using somebody. And ain't shit wrong with you. You be having money and you sit up here, again, when's the last time you got me something for my birthday? When's the last time you've done anything, really? Again, because you don't. And everybody want to sit up and say, well, it's not about, it is about that. But when you're the one that's always having to be the one financially supporting everybody, and yet nobody ever does shit for you, that's not cool. And you can call me whatever. Nah, ho, that's not cool. And again, a lot of this is, we are taught to be people pleasers and toxic codependents because of these emotionally unavailable, narcissistic, traumatized people that instead of healing on themselves, they go and project and bring that on to the next damn generation. And this is where millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, future generations to come, it's on us to break these generational curses. And I'm doing everything I need to do to break them, because I refuse to be dealing with it. I don't have time for that shit anymore. Okay, I will kick your ass to the curb and not give a flying fuck about it. And I mean that. Boundaries. Because I've lived enough, nearly 30 years going through hell because I didn't have them. And now that I have them, I refuse to put up with that bullshit. So anyways, I just wanted to make a quick video saying that. Again, information on how you can find a therapist will be in the description box below. Wear your mask, stay 6 feet apart, wash your hands frequently, disinfect, sanitize, and if you can and want to, I strongly recommend getting vaccinated against COVID-19. All right, sending y'all love and positivity and peace and tranquility. I'm out.